the Cheney Reservoir hit a new low at 8 feet below normal. The City of Wichita says the lake, where the city gets much of its water supply, is expected to drop to about 55% of the conservation pool next month.
And the water problems at Cheney Lake may seem fairly new here, but farmers and ranchers who live close by say it's been a growing concern for years now.
That's where we find KAKE's Pilar Pedraza. She joins us now with the latest. Pilar.
Well, Deb, Chris, I can remember camping out here at Cheney Lake and seeing this little slope in the ground used as kind of an informal boat ramp or just a way to walk quickly into the water, except now we're a good football field away from the water. And when there's no water and little runoff here, there's no water and little runoff for farmers and ranchers in the surrounding areas. What happens here starts here.
It's a hard time in the ag community right now.
When we get some of these beneficial rains, we might get 105 degrees within a few days.
Just up the road from the lake, Jim and Lisa French have been fighting back, using regenerative ag techniques like rotating crops, growing cover crops, and letting cattle only eat half the grass in a pasture.
Take half, leave half. And I think what that helps is it shades the ground. It keeps it so you're not losing so much moisture there.
They're part of the voluntary group Cheney Lake Watershed, Inc. They encourage farmers and ranchers to switch to regenerative practices like the Frenches are using.
It helps the soil, but it also cleans that water up, and those roots infiltrate water. It comes out as base flow. The lake still receives that water. We just run it through a carbon filter.
The end goal, more water and cleaner water, making it to their crops and the lake, even during drought. The Frenches say it's helped them continue to be able to harvest crops like milo and sorghum, at least until now. From this field to a nearby creek, even for them, the water is disappearing.
Now this is the third year that we've had no flow at all, even during the winter. Usually, after a lot of the irrigations get shut down, the flow will kind of come back, but we've not.
No flow at the Frenches means less water making its way here. Where I'm walking right now should actually be underwater. In fact, there should be about 2 or 3 feet of it above my head. We've got signs of that all over the place, like this fish skeleton. It's one of many. Used to be at the bottom of the lake. Now it's out in the sunshine. And as we move up the beach, we're about 15 to 20 feet up the beach from where that fish was. You can see here where the water at the bottom of the lake left its mark in the sand, but it's been gone for so long. We've had time for all of this vegetation to grow up. A growth farmers and ranchers like the Frenches would rather see on their land.
For about the last 3 years, there's been significant payout of crop insurance. No farmer wants to make a living from crop insurance.
And between the lost crops over the last few years and rising inflation, the folks at the watershed say it's increasingly difficult to convince farmers to switch to the new, more modern regenerative ag techniques that they're espousing. Live from Cheney Lake, Pilar Pedraza, KAKE News on your side.